Professor, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you. It's a real pleasure
Okay, let's
to
start.
be here.
Oh, pleasure having you as well. So, two big pieces of news, a main campus in the future and enrollment of more than 10,000 by 2020. So how are your plans coming along?
Oh, I think we have a certain runway until 2020 to build up our capability. And because we have an Institute of Technology, we are also tapping a lot of the Singaporeans who have been trained in PhD, both locally and internationally. And so far, we have been able to recruit and build up that staff. As far as the campus is concerned, we will be ramping up with the enrollment of upward of 10,000. But our current building on each of the poly will accommodate about 4,000. So we are now thinking about a main campus that will then complement those 5 buildings, as this will require quite a sizable plot of land and quite a sizable amount of money. It will take quite a bit of coordination between different ministries to find it, and we hope that some answer will come forth with it sometime next year, where we will know where will be a good location for us to have this main campus of the Singapore Institute of Technology. Okay,
so you found your niche in very specific industry-focused programs.
Right.
So in what way has the university nurtured close ties with industry?
Yeah, well, like all the 3 programs we have launched, we have an industry advisory committee. And often before we even launch a program, we actually engage many of these key people in the industry. And once we make a decision that indeed that particular area is a very fertile area for us to develop a degree program, we then invite the key people of these same people we talk to become member of our industry advisory committee. And when we do a very active scanning, I mean, we have a whole division set up, a whole cluster set up, with a job to not only to engage industry, but to constantly conduct what we call industry scan. What are the needs, what are the kind of professional you need, what are the graduates you need, what kind of skill sets you need, and so that will help us to form ideas about program to be launched in 2015, 2016. And we also do future scan. I mean, talking to some thinkers, talk to people who are thinking out of the box, what kind of disruptive trends they are seeing coming.
So basically a lot of forecasting involved in deciding what programs you want to implement in your school.
Yes.
So looking ahead, you know, you already have infrastructure engineering, software engineering, accountancy. What other areas could you possibly expand into?
Well, we know for sure, for example, in 2015 or 2016, we were looking at the launch of a hospitality program that will look at the whole value chain involved in that particular industry. We will be looking at things like possibly logistic engineering. We are thinking of introducing something relating to the aircraft maintenance industry. Then there will be things on food technology and pharmaceutical engineering. So there are many different things we have looking at this moment. And by 2015, 2016, every year, all the way from 2014 onwards, we'll be rolling out 3 to 4 new programs, literally every single year.
Okay, so you say you want to produce thinking tinkerers. What does this mean?
Well, we are finding that many industries are telling us that they want people who can actually come in and be actually doing projects, and while they are doing things, the thinking process of how can I do this better, what kind of innovations I bring to the whole thinking process. So thinking students, that when they are solving unstructured problem, how they bring in the thinking part into that whole process, knowing what kind of solutions they have, what kind of options they have. That's what we mean by a thinking tinkerer. It's not sitting there and reading lots of great abstracts or great books and then thinking about it, but actually while doing things, while working on something, bring in the thinking hat.
And come up with solutions as well.
Come up with a solution, absolutely.
Thank you very much for coming in today. It was great speaking to you.
Thank you very much.
And that was Professor Thiam from the Singapore Institute of Technology on his plans for the future of the school.